is question 4 on 2021. So what you're asked to do here is you're asked to find the coordinates. So what we're going to do is we're going to read them from the coordinate plane. So we can see that the value of A here is 6 across and 2 up, so that would make it 6, 2. And then if we look at B, B is minus 2 across and down 4, so minus 2, minus 4. So just make sure you have them the right way around. Otherwise, if you have them the wrong way around, you lose some marks for that. So that question there is worth, let me double check, 5 marks only. So yeah, 6, 2 and minus 2, minus 4. Part 2 then, find the coordinates of the midpoint. So when you had your two coordinates of 6, 2, and when you had B, which is minus 2, minus 4, you have to label them as x1, y1, x2, y2, and you're asked to find the midpoint. So you go to your formula tables, find the formula for midpoint. It's x1 add x2 over 2, and y1 add y2 over 2, and just make sure that it's a coordinate. So what we're doing is adding our x's. So 6 add a minus 2, and then we're dividing that by 2. Then we're adding our y's, so 2 add a minus 4, and dividing by 2. So in your calculator, you can use the fraction button, put 6 plus minus 2 over 2, and you'll get 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And then 2 plus minus 4 over 2, so 2 take by 4 is minus 2, divided by 2 is minus 1. So that is your midpoint. So you get 5 marks. And then for part 4, we have, I've skipped the plotting one because it's a little bit difficult to show it you on the diagram here. So for part 4, you're asked to find the length of the radius of the circle and hence write down the equation of the circle. So what we're going to have to do here is find the length of the radius. So the radius goes from, use the distance formula, so x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So you're using the two coordinates of A and B, and then you're going to half it. So you're using 6, 2 and minus 2, minus 4 again. Sorry, minus 2. Okay, and then your x1, y1, x2, y2, and that is minus 2 minus 6 squared plus minus 4 minus 2 squared. And then that gives us minus 2 minus 6, which is minus 8. That's 64 when it's squared. Minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6. Minus 6 squared is 36. So that gives us a square root of 100, which is 10. But that's the diameter, so you need to half that. So it's 5 units for the radius. So what we need now is to find the equation of the circle. So in our formula tables, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to radius squared. So we can start off by putting in the radius squared. So that would be 5 squared. And then our center is actually our midpoint from above. So our midpoint was 2 minus 1. So it'll be x minus 2 squared plus y minus a minus 1 squared. So that's x minus 2 squared plus y minus the minus 1 is just going to be a plus 1. And 5 squared is 25. So that is your equation of your circle. For the last part then, you are asked to find if the point 2k is in the first quadrant and is on C. So it tells you it's on the circle, so you need to sub it into the equation of the circle. Remember, your equation of your circle is x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared is equal to 25. So you can start subbing in 2 and k in for x and y. So if you do 2 minus 2 squared plus k plus 1 squared is equal to 25. So 2 take away 2 is 0, 0 squared is 0, and then you're left with k plus 1 squared is equal to 25. So you have two options here. You can just expand the brackets. Personally, I would think that will be easier. So k by k is k squared, k by 1 is 1k or k by 1 is 1k again or k, and 1 by 1 is 1. So always make it equal to 0, so k squared plus 2k, and then you take away 25, so that would be plus 1 is take away 24. So now we want to open up your factorising quadratics. So we open up k squared as k in one bracket and k in the other. Sorry, I should have given myself more space here. And we make it equal to 0. We're looking at factors of 24. So 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. And we're seeing which two add up to 2. So 4 and 6 will be the best ones. You want to get plus 2, so that'll be plus 6 and a minus 4. So k minus 4 is equal to 0. So k is equal to 4. And then k plus 6 is equal to 0. So k is equal to minus 6. So there are your two values there for k. So they can either be 4 or minus 6. So they gave you a point there that it was on the first quadrant. So 4 is in the first quadrant, whereas minus 6 isn't. It would be in the second quadrant. So k is equal to 4 is the value of interest. And if it's on the circle, then you just go to 4. And you would see that around 3.5 would fit it. But here you're just asked to find the value of k and then plot the point P on the diagram. So the diagram then, P would be 2 and then 4. So you can plot 2, 4 on diagram. And that is 5 marks.